In this tutorial video, I wanted to go over with you the monthly finances breakdown critical thinking exercise for CIS 118 and the goal of learning Excel. So in Excel, the most important thing is being able to control the data and use the formulas and the math functions to be able to help you quickly and easily make calculations. So in this one, it is a personal budget sheet for a couple, Maria and Nick, and they are trying to save up for a house. So they're asking in this particular worksheet, and you get it without it looking pretty, so all this formatting and color that helps us to read it, that's up to you to do. But I'm going to help you in terms of figuring out what kind of formulas we need for this. So as you can see, I've highlighted the areas where you need formulas in yellow. You can do this on yours if you want to, or at least do it temporarily. But for me, it helps to be able to understand where I'm going to put the formulas. So I'm going to delete each one of these. And what we want to have happen is anytime we change a number, we want to be able to see changes in the totals. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of any formulas I have in here. And let's talk about each of these sections. So in this side, we have their income. So, and I don't know why that says Sarah, but let's change that. I don't know, Nick's being a little bit shady there. So, all right, Maria's income. So Maria makes $2,100 a month. Nick makes $2,350, and then she does Scentsy sales to make $200 extra every month. So if you want to simplify this, we can make it 1,000. So just type 1,000 and hit enter a return. And make sure when you're formatting that you use currency formatting so we can see that these are dollars, they have decimals, and they use commas. All right, so we can leave it at 200, so we can assume this is going to be 2,200. Now, if we change her income to be 2,000 up here, then it's going to be 3,200. And then we're going to have to always change this here if we were to just direct type it in. So this is where we want to use a formula. So we'll go up to the formulas bar. Now I'm working on a Mac. It looks a little bit different than a PC, but you're always going to go up to this ribbon and look for the formulas tab. And you're going to look for this little Greek, I think it's Greek, sum formula symbol. And we can choose sum. And what it's going to do is try to choose which numbers it thinks you're trying to add. In this instance, it's correct. If it wasn't correct, you could just highlight your own numbers. I'll go ahead and hit escape because that would have been ridiculous. So we'll go ahead and hit sum right here. And what it's saying is it's going to add whatever's in B5 plus B6 plus B7. So if I hit enter or return now, it's going to tell me it's 2,200. The cool thing about this is if I change her income to be $2,000 and if I change his to be $3,000, then it's showing that the monthly income is $5,200. So that is what we want to use those formulas for. So we're going to do the same thing here. In their savings account, they have $1,500, and their parents, each parent couple has said that they'll put $1,000 toward the down payment. So what they already have saved for their house, we need to do a sum here as well. So we'll go ahead and say the sum of B11 plus B12, whatever that is. Let's say one parent couple tries to get a little bit extra generous and we change that to 3,000. Now you can see it's changed to 4,500. So again, that's the power of working with formulas, is that it's going to auto update the total depending on whatever changes you make in the cells where it's calculating. So for the expenses in this worksheet, you were already given all of the expenses. So what we need to do here is again add up all of the expenses so we know how much they are paying out every month for these various items. So again, this is just going to be a sum, and thankfully the sum allows us to do B16 through, that's what the colon means, B27, so that we don't have to worry about adding each one individually. So if we hit enter return, we see that they are spending $3,980 every month, but they're making $5,200, so that's pretty good. So again, if you want to simplify this, I don't like that it's $980. So let's say on entertainment they spend $370. So that gives us a nice round number of $4,000. So let's see, 1,800 here. That gives us 5,000, 4,000. We can worry about savings later. So a net income is basically saying how much money do I make every month? Then how much money do I spend every month? And then what do I have left over? So in this instance, we're going to say, what did we make every month? minus what do we spend every month. So in order to do a formula in Excel, we always start with an equal sign. And now we can just manually click on cell B8 to say, here's my monthly income, and then put a minus sign, my monthly expenses. So income minus expenses, hit enter, return. And if you ever see these number signs, it's just because your column's not big enough. So basically they have $1,000 left over every month. So again, if this changes, if his income goes down to $2,500, it's going to automatically tell him, okay, you're going to have $500 left over every month. So again, that's the power of using the formulas in Excel. So now this is where we calculate what they're going to save up for their house, and they're going to kind of play with numbers until they can get what they need. So let's pretend that they want to buy a $200,000 house. And depending on where you live, $200,000 might be awesome. If you're living in Denver, you're probably like renting a box. So there you go. So $200,000 is how much they want to be able, that's how much they estimate they're going to need for their first house. And they want to put 20% down. So we're going to say $200,000 multiplied by 20% should give us what they should expect to pay for a down payment. So we're going to do equal sign, whatever the cost is the house, because what if they say they want a more expensive house or a cheaper house? They want to be able to change this number and then have it auto calculate the down payment. So we're going to say this, and then on the number keypad, use the asterisk as a multiply sign by 20%, and then hit enter, return. And basically, if they want a $200,000 house and they want to put a 20% down payment, then they're going to have to save up $40,000. So now the good thing about this is, again, if I want to do a $150,000 house, then their down payment's going to have to be $30,000 versus a $250,000 where it's going to be $50,000. So this is going to help auto calculate based on that formula. So now enter percentage of income they would like to save each month. So if they want to save 15% of their income every month, what does that mean? So we're going to do equals 15% multiplied by their income. So I don't know why it just changed the formatting, but we'll go ahead and do that. Hit enter, return. So basically 15% of their income is $750. But again, if their income changes, if this goes to $2,000, it's going to be $780. If his goes down to $2,000, it's going to be $630. So again, that's the power of using those formulas. Okay, so enter how many months you'd like to save for. We're going to just leave it at 24, so 2 years. So basically we're saying after 24 months times however much they're going to save every month, it's going to tell them how much they would have. So they would have $15,120 saved from their income if they saved for 24 months at 15%. So that's kind of way off of their goals. So they either have to extend their time so they can mess with that here and do 36, or they're going to have to say, okay, I actually want to save 25% for 3 years, and then we're getting closer to that goal. But again, they have net income of 2,000 or 200 right now, and yet they're saying they want to save 1,000. So again, they're going to have to play with those numbers. So we're going to say, how much have we already saved for our goal? Well, this is just a cell reference because so far, barring any other extra contributions, they're saving whatever, or they have all of this in savings, whatever their parents are going to give them and whatever they actually have in savings. So this is just a cell reference. We're going to put equals and then click on this cell and say whatever's in this cell, put in this cell. So we'll click on this and it'll say whatever's in B13, put it here. So if this goes back down to 2,000, then it should automatically update it here. So it's updating here and it's updating here. All right, so money you will have saved over the estimated time period. So that's basically what have we saved from our income plus whatever is in our savings account. So we're going to do equal whatever we've saved from our income plus sign whatever we've saved in, or whatever we have in our savings account. So over a 36-month period, they will have $41,300 saved up. Still not 20% or 50,000. So they're going to have to either, again, extend their time, save more, or they're going to have to lower how much they actually want to put down. So we're going to figure out how much they have remaining after 36 months. So in order to calculate that, we're going to have to say, okay, this is how much we wanted to put down minus whatever we would actually have to put down. And so they would still have $8,700 remaining. So they can play with numbers and they can say, okay, let's try a $225,000 house. I would have to say $45,000, and I want to do 30% of my income. See, once we do 30%, let's even do 25. Now we only have $3,700 left remaining after that 3-year period. So it's just being able to play with those numbers. So entering in those formulas, you really have to think about how you would use this and what are they trying to do in each of these areas. After that, you're going to highlight all of the expenses, because what somebody usually will figure out is, okay, we still don't have enough remaining. I don't want to wait more than 3 years, and we are in fact putting a large down payment down. So where can we start saving money? Because our net income is $200. We don't have $1,000 that we can save every single month toward this goal. So this is when they might come in here and say, we spend $370 on entertainment. That's too much. Let's change this down to $150. Oops. Let's hit escape on there. Click here and change it to $150. That gives us more of a net income. And let's say, what if we get rid of that credit card and just do 0% or zero payment on that? Like, it's gone. We don't have anything. It's just a zero balance. So anyway, this is just a tool for them, and it's a tool for you to be able to start thinking about actual formulas in Excel, not from the book, but actually trying to think them out and how you would use them in real life. And then for those expenses, being able to chart those expenses out and see where are the biggest chunks. So they spend a lot on groceries and rent and car payment. So what can we, kind of squeeze down in a sense? All right, so that is working on that particular Excel assignment. Again, please contact your instructor if you have any questions.